Welcome back. A former Police Minister Nathi Nhleko has reportedly resigned from the ANC. This follows an exchange with Party Secretary General Fikile Mbalula, who accused Nhleko of lying in Parliament in defense of former President Jacob Zuma during the inquiry into the Nkandla scandal. For more on this, we're now joined by political analyst Thamsanqa Malinga, and he joins us via our telephone line. Thamsanqa, thank you so much for your time. Perhaps let's start off here. Let's get your reaction on that news just in this evening following Nathi Nhleko's resignation.
Good evening, Bon, and good evening to the viewer. Well, to be quite honest, it's not something that I was expecting. You know, when I just got the news now, I was really shocked. And when I'm looking at his letter in terms of his resignation, and I feel that it's the issue of Mbalula. He's just bringing the issue of with Mbalula into the forefront. But some of the issues that he's raising, behind. It's just a whole mixture of issues, but he's now bringing that Mbalula issue into the front. So it goes to show that it's something that he's maybe been planning for a while, but it's a resignation that's really, surprised me, and I think quite a lot of people will wake up tomorrow with feeling the same. It's a surprise move. He really pulled a surprise move.
Now, I must say, I'm equally shocked, Thamsanqa, especially with that news coming in this evening. One would ask, what does this mean for the ANC if they find themselves in a political year and they're already having resignations from their members?
Well, with this one, I don't think it means quite a lot for the ANC. It's something that they will be able to downplay. Nathi Nhleko will not unless he pulls a surprise move again, maybe and jumps over to the MK. But if in this instance, it's not someone who holds that much sway. He does not, hold much public opinion, and it's not that he's going to really draw attention that says, "Oh, look, there's quite, the center is not holding. There's a lot that's happening." He has, he does not have a good record.
Yeah.
One, he does not have a good record. So for people, it's not like he has a good ANC member that's leaving the ANC, and it says that the center is not holding. No, not at all. So it's not going to be shaking the ANC that much. Not unless he pulls another move and says, "Hey, I'm joining the Green Party." Then that's when people will be like, "Oh, I wonder who's next."
And what does this resignation also mean, especially in the context when you look at this resignation letter coming from Nathi Nhleko, and basically centering it around, those remarks in which were made by the Secretary General Fikile Mbalula pertaining to the upgrades at former President Jacob Zuma's homestead, and basically seeming as if it's being pinned on one person? Why does it seem as if, he's making it seem as if, these security upgrades and the reasons being given to the media and the public, for the fire pool and the chicken coop at former President Jacob Zuma's house, it seems as if he's been made to take accountability for that when it was a collective decision made by the ANC.
If you look at his reasons, he's not that much dwelling into what Fikile Mbalula is saying, but he's saying there is lunacy in terms of the leadership of Fikile Mbalula. So he's playing into that public opinion that Fikile Mbalula is not a very good Secretary General of the ANC. But if you then go deep into what he's saying, then that's what makes me suspect that there's something that he might pull in terms of him joining the Green Party, because he talks about the transfer of state resources into private ownership, the issue of the white monopoly capital. He talks about the austerity measures that's now being implemented in government. He talks about the fact that grants, the increase of social grants, since 2018, it's no longer, it was 8%, now it's like 4%. So he's now more like playing a card of saying that this, if we were to use the words of Jacob Zuma, the Ramaphosa government is a government that is not for the people. It is a government that is playing into the hands of white monopoly capitals, playing into the hands of private business. So that you've got to read into that, but not look into him talking about the lunacy of Fikile Mbalula. That's why when I started, I said, he's just brought that issue into the forefront, but there's quite a lot that he's saying behind that. So it's not a matter of him having saying Mbalula blamed me for what happened in Nkandla. No, he's just playing the gallery in terms of saying, the ANC has got a very bad Secretary General, but again, the ANC has deviated from what the ANC has been standing for in terms of being the ANC of the people. It's now the ANC of big business and white monopoly capital, and then in ANC that is anti-poor.
Mr. Malinga, thank you so much for your time this evening. That is Thamsanqa Malinga, political analyst, reacting to the news just in this evening. Of course, former Minister Nathi Nhleko resigning from the ANC. And as you heard there, a number of former ANC leaders as well, joining the likes of the MK party. But we're not sure exactly what is his next political move, if should he join any other political party. As we find ourselves in an election year, it's quite likely that we'll see a number of people jump from one party to the next. But of course, more information will come in maybe tomorrow morning, and when we can actually see in terms of where the political future for Nathi Nhleko will lie.